Oh boy. Hey. God, I hope Red's done. Someone tell me Red's done. I had to turn on the camera to get back onto here. Is he done? Someone tell me yes. Hi, Lester. Hi, Dave Roseski. Casey Zevenberg, Sharon Dietz. Ava, what's happening, Ava? How you doing? Wrangle Dash all the way in the house. Patty Carpenter. Cynthia Deering, what's happening? Woo! Let me see. Is he done? Hi, Chris. I don't know. All right. Well, Red, if you're not done, I apologize. I'm Kelly, number one today. What's going on today? It is Monday. So much of a sunny day in Michigan. It's going to rain again tonight. Tomorrow is the big 4th of July. That's a humongous holiday for me. I'll have my daughter and some friends over here, and we'll be doing some swimming because it's supposed to be gorgeous tomorrow. It'll be a lot of fun. So what else is going on today? Redfern just did a Fun Day Monday with Alicia McGuire. Very cool. Make sure you go watch it. Marty's following me. After this at 12 o'clock. I have to get done before 12 so I can get my 3 people on his live. So he says. We've got, I think, Comfort Compter at 4. Julie and Michael is at 3 o'clock. Roblin live every night at 8 o'clock. Engineer Mike, I think, is on today. So check out the back office. Everything is back there. And I made a new heading today. I forgot to put it on Dana's favorite place to put a heading. I put it on my Facebook one. And I call it The Clock. The Clock. And by the way, I'm still excited. You guys do know what's happening on Friday and Saturday. I don't have to tell you. It's in the notes. It's in the updates. Be ready. It's going to be fun. Friday, the 3 winners, he's flying them into the Hyderabad area and having a special congratulations for him, which I think is really totally cool. And then Saturday, we got another real big super meeting for what the notes say. And I wanted to talk to you about a lot of people, and Ash touched on it quite a bit, actually, the other day. I want to call it The Clock. Now, everyone over the weekend, or not over the weekend, between Monday and Thursday last week, many of us were pelted with Hawkman hasn't gone yet. He said this, he said that. And, people were a little weird about it. And I replied, you remember what Ash said? If it's not by 12:01 July 1st, it's okay. Because it means it's not finished. That's exactly what's happening here. Is it good? Is it perfect? Absolutely. Is it on time? Yes, it is. Absolutely. So let's talk about the clock. I want you to sit there and think about all the times you've looked at a clock. Your whole life revolves around a time or a clock, looking at a clock. If you're at work, when you wake up in the morning, you look at your clock. Can't be late for work. You're driving to work, you're looking at your clock, thinking, oh man, I don't want to be late. You get to work, you either punch in or you're looking at that clock again. All right. During the day, you're going, man, 4 hours to go. Wow, 3 hours to go. You're looking at a clock. Your whole life revolves about looking at a clock and waiting. So I get that people are a little impatient, saying, well, what's going on? But basically, I want you guys to redo your brain thinking. Stop looking at the clock. And that's hard to say because I even look at the clock because I got to know what time red comes on. I know what time I come in. I got to think there's that clock again. Everything you do on a daily basis revolves around a clock and waiting. Okay. Now, Ash Mufareh had said some things prior to last week that things were going to happen before the end of June. All right. It didn't come out like you wanted it to. And he came on June 30th and told us, hey, this is what's happening. And he wanted to let you all know that there's no rush. It doesn't matter if I hire 100,000 more engineers. Rushing it isn't going to make it great. Taking their time and doing it right. If they see something wrong, they stop what they're doing and they adjust it. But he let us know at least 4 times that we are on schedule. And that's what I want to iterate with people today. You don't need to keep looking at the clock, guys. There's no reason to keep looking at a clock. And you all know 5 o'clock always comes every day, right? Every hour of the day comes no matter what. Now, Ash says he's not going to say dates anymore because of that reason, because people get so upset about that. And I'm like, you know what? What are you so upset about? You know 5 o'clock's coming, right? You know the end of your shift is coming, right? You know at 10 or 11 o'clock you're going to go to bed. You know that. All right. And I'm trying to tell you, you all know what's coming your way through Onpassive. All right. And he wants it. Listen, I want it absolutely perfecto. Sorry, that's me. I want it perfecto. And he's this close. It works beautiful. Everything was working, but there's just some things that we don't see that they do see. Remember, they're looking through a whole different window than we look through. We look through, hey, let's get this going. Come on. That's how we look through it. Mufareh says, no, do it again. Do it again. Let's get it right. That's what he's doing. So a lot of people, all of a sudden, they stop looking at that clock. Look at, all right, tick down. I had people every day last week say, yeah, he's got 5 more days. I just want to block you and delete you guys, to be honest. When that happens, you know what I'm saying? Gianna, thank you very much for the super sticker. Be ready for something big in your life, he says. The things that he showed us the other day, I won't repeat it on here, was pretty amazing. One of his little products that they're designing. If you didn't understand who Mufareh was then, I don't know if you ever will. He's doing things different. He's doing things better. He's doing things unique for every one of us. And Mufareh don't care about the clock or a day or a time. Now, he wants to. He would love to be able to say, hey, let's do this, let's do that. But it just doesn't always work out the way, because the second he tells us, 1 second later, something could change. He's at Mom, and Mom was on there with us the other day. Mom said, boss, I got to get going. I got some work to do. All right. Got to go back and address things, get it going. That's exactly what he's doing. So don't worry about a clock. Actually, when I retired, even when I'm retired, I still look at the clock. Not as much anymore. And it's one thing. One thing that your stress will go away is when Onpassive is running, you're going to forget about all this junk you said to me, good or bad. You're not going to be worrying about a clock. The only thing you're going to have to worry about is what time does your flight leave for your vacation? Or what time did you have to be at the dealership maybe to get that new car for the first time in your life? That's the only thing you have to look at a clock for. But we spend our entire lives letting a clock control us. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when my uncle years ago was a heavy smoker, and he quit many years ago. I said, what made you quit? He said, when I sat down in my TV room and I left my cigarettes like 10 feet from me, and I panicked, he said. I panicked that they were so far away from me. All right. Don't panic. Push the clock farther away each day. All right. There is many of us that will come on the internet every single day and say, hey, it's on, or we got this going, or that's the thing. You don't need look at your clock to pay attention to what's going on in your life right now, and let Mufareh's clock alone. Just let him do what he's got to do. That's the honest to God truth. All right, let me say some highs. LC Patch is on here. Saranda, Frank Rowe, Raja Mansoor, Pat Parent, what's happening? M. Kelly, Gene Olivia. Oh, Gene introduced me to a movie. Oh, what was it called now? Hold on. Now I forgot the name of the movie, Gene. You have to put it in here. And I watched it. It was called Chef. It was called Chef. And she said, let me know what you think. Yeah, there's some language in there. All right. But other than that, it's a phenomenal movie. I suggest everyone to go watch it. I think it's on Netflix or Prime. I'm not sure. I just hit a button and start watching it like at 1 o'clock in the morning, 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. I thought, man, I'm going to watch this movie. Very, very good movie. And I think every movie that I watch, I learned something from it. And I'll give you a little hint. Here's a guy he's a chef. He's a real good chef. He's a #1 chef. And he's got this big client coming in, a big critical guy that critiques everyone, right? And the owner of the restaurant says, hey, man, just stick with what you got. It always works. It's worked. And he had this whole different menu planned out, okay? And he listened to the owner, his boss, because he didn't want to do it that way. It turned out it flopped. It just flopped because he listened to someone. He already knew what he had in his heart, what he wanted to do. And that's all I'm going to tell you. The movie was phenomenal. It's definitely a learning. Yeah, there's some There's some swearing in there. It's okay, though. No big deal. You've all heard people swear before. The 4-letter word, yep. But it's a very, very good movie. Check that out. I also watched another one late last night called Bottle. I'm horrible with names today. I think it's Bottle Court. No. It's about the wine industry back in the 70s. About France basically saying, California is not making better wine. And it turned out they were right. Very good. Bottle Corked. Bottle Clock. I can't remember. Something like that. Bottle Choke. That's it. Bottle Choke. Go check it out and watch it. Listen, you can learn a lot. And these are all true stories, guys. You can learn something from other people, whether they fail, whether they rise to the top. You can learn from everyone. In my lifetime, I've learned from many people that were extremely smart. I've learned from a lot of people that weren't as smart, average like me, just talking. Wow, I didn't know that. Every one of us has some kind of knowledge that we don't know. It's very important for me that I can try to learn as much knowledge as I can because I don't want to walk in your shoes, but I'd like to know what it feels like when you are walking in your shoes, because that way I have a better understanding of who you are, what you want. Some people, I have no idea what they want. They're called like free birds, free spirits, and that's good too, because I love that. If you, like I said, they were talking about goals. I'm the kind of guy that just likes to wake up in the morning and just do whatever comes to my mind. I love that. I didn't have that privilege for 32 years because of work, because every single day I woke up, that was my plan. I had to go to work, So I don't want that to be your plan, to have to go to work for the next 30 years. I want you to understand that Onpassive is gonna create something in you that you've never been able to create in yourself. But I believe this. Now, hear me out. I believe that when Onpassive launches and these apples, or however you want to call it, starts coming at you, your creativity is going to expand, because now you have the necessary monetaries to help you. Maybe, wow, we can do this. Maybe some of you just want to own a little ice cream shop, and it was never on your back burner because you knew you wouldn't be able to do a startup. Hey, man, all this stuff that's coming your way is going to create your creativity to really explode. Maybe some of you who've worked your whole life just want to paint. Just sit around and paint. That's what my grandmother did. Blind, 99% blind, and this is what she paints. Unbelievable. Plus, she ran 5 restaurants. So don't tell me your creativity is not there. Everyone has creativity. Whether you think it's a good idea or a bad idea, if your heart's telling you do it, do it. Don't let someone take that from you. And as we're building the foundership of Onpassive, how many people did you come across that just drained you? Oh, that's junk crap, blah, blah, blah. Don't let people do that, guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop what you're doing. Help out along the way. I still say, if you put God first, everything else falls into place. Everything does. That's the honest to God truth. Try it. If you don't believe me, try it. I mean, put him in first in everything you do. When you wake up, put him first. When you go to bed, put him first. As the day goes along, put him first. Your life will exceed more, 20 times fold over if you do that the right way. Now, does God say no sometimes? Oh, my goodness. All the time. He tells me no all the time. I can't blame him sometimes. But hey, that's what he's there for. He wants to help you out. He wants to know that you're loved. And I think that's what a lot of Onpassive is. We just want to reach out to people and show them some love. Let them know there is a brand new, better way of doing something different. If you got to think, it's been the same cycle since the beginning of time, guys. It's the same cycle. Work, you got to support your family. You got to work till 60, 70 hours. Christmas is coming. We better work another 300 hours this week. We got to get those presents for our family. Oh, my gosh, Easter's coming. We want that big Easter. Got to work a couple more hours of overtime, period. That's what we don't want you to have to feel. I think with Onpassive, those worries are going to go away. I think this is what you're going to say is, we got 4th of July. All right, run to the store, pick up a couple cases of beer, some wine, some popping water for the kids. Get one of those big 10-foot subs. Yeah, pick up some pizza for the kid. And go get me one of those big antipasta salads from Louis, and let's have a blast. That's the worries that a passive is going to take away. Now, if you got a job, you're like, oh, I don't know, honey, we got to break out that credit card. Break out that credit card that we're already overdrawn on. All right. That's the worry. Listen, if you think about it, that's the plan B. I've said it all along. Let Onpassive be your plan B. Take those worries. Wouldn't you like just to wake up every morning and say, oh man, I got to go get some new tires on my car or my truck or my camper, and boom. And you just take it in. You're not worried about a credit card. That you already know what's coming. You check your wallet. Oh, wow. Okay, this is cool. And each day gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And Ash has tried to tell us this many times is you're not dreaming big enough. Now, I don't think that means go out and buy a mansion. I think for me, that dream of not worrying about anything when you wake up in the morning is pretty cool. How many of you stress out? Maybe you got to go to the dentist. And hopefully you have insurance. Maybe you don't. And you know how bad that tooth's hurting. Ooh, I've been there a million times. And you know that's going to cost you at least $1,200 to $1,500. Maybe you don't have insurance. And then you yank it right out of your own mouth. All right, let's take the worry away. I don't want you yanking nothing out of your mouth. Healthcare, oh my God, I think Ash Mufareh knows how bad health care is this day, why everyone doesn't have it. Ooh, that's one thing I'd love. I've always had good health care. I've always had a job that paid really good health care. And before that, when I was a kid, my mom and dad paid for it. That's a lot of people that own their own business. They pay for it. So just wake up without the worry. Don't worry about you got a car payment. How about you pay everything cash? How cool would that be? Yeah, that was how I lived. If I couldn't afford it, I didn't get it. But I didn't live that way my whole life. My younger years, I was foolish. Like a lot of people, oh, I want that. Oh, I want that. Ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. And I'm working all these hours. And everything's going, okay, I got the snowmobiles. I never had a Harley, never wanted a Harley. I got the boat. Now I got to go to work to try to put some gas in those vehicles. It just didn't work. It didn't make sense to me. Is why do I want to buy a boat when I got to work 130 hours a week? There's no enjoyment there. You understand? I can't enjoy that boat because I'm at work all the time. But wouldn't it be nice to know that worry's taken away? Like, hey, let's go boating. Why don't we? Thank you, Surendra Sahu, for the super sticker. Wouldn't that be nice to wake up in the morning, like 4th of July in Michigan is huge in the lakes. Hey, we're going to go watch the fireworks and not even think about it. Not even think about food, drinks, toys for the kids, little fireworks, little hats and T-shirts you can wear for the 4th of July. Not have to worry about it. How many of you in your lifetimes have to worry about that? Whether it be Christmas, your kid's birthday, your husband or wife's birthday, Easter, 4th of July. How about a vacation that you got to plan all year and make sure everything's perfectly budgeted? How many of you done that? Wouldn't you like to plan a vacation, wake up and say, you know what? Next weekend, I'm going to Hawaii. I'm going to go for 4 or 5 days. Not even think about it. Not even worry about, oh, what's it going to cost? Onpassive is going to take away the what's it going to cost worry. All right, that's my words for the day. Onpassive is going to take away the what's it going to cost worry. All right, how many of you can honestly sit there and say you've never gone through this? Think about it. Every one of you have done it. Don't tell me you haven't. And if you haven't, God bless you. But I think everyone has gone through that. What do you say to your kids? Oh, my dad, I got my sports I want to play for. What do you say? Well, what's it going to cost? Woo! It's expensive. Everything is expensive in this world. But Onpassive, it's going to take that worry away. No more saying how much it's going to cost. How about right away when your kids say, I want to play this sport, or can I get some of these new shoes? Abdulasso, thank you for the super sticker. How many times have you told your kids, nah, we can't afford those Air Jordans? Here, let's go over here. We're going to get you these nice little sneakers. And you know what goes through your kid's mind. I went through that with my son with Air Jordans. They were $125 back in the day. I'm like, $125. All right. I took out the plastic. I bought him a pair of Air Jordans. All right. It took me a few months to repay. This is years ago to repay those Jordans. I ended up paying probably $600 for them because I used a credit card. All right. Throw your credit cards away, guys. I don't think you're going to ever need them again. But if you were smart with a credit card, you can get a lot of free stuff, be honest with you. But throw them away. Think of a new life. A new life with a passive is going to take the worry away as, I can't afford it. How much is it going to cost? How much is it going to cost? Your furnace goes out in your house. Mine last year, $8,000. I needed that furnace. It was the middle of winter. $8,000. Just like that. How many of you have houses? The water heater goes out. There's $500. Think about all these. I don't have to worry about it anymore. How much does it cost? Throw those words away. Throw them away and don't use them again. When we start with a passive, and I mean when we're making money with paid products, which I think will be very soon, all right? Stop saying how much does it cost. When I found a founder, when Pete called me about the a passive founder position, I did. How much does it cost? $97. All right, that ain't nothing. Think about the things in your life that are something. A new heater, a new furnace. Maybe one of your windows broke. Your car broke down. You lost your job. You got sick. You couldn't work. How much does it cost? Onpassive's never going to ask you that question. How much does it cost? Or what time is it going to happen? I want you to wipe those things out of your brain and know this, that it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Say that to yourself. Every morning when you wake up before, I love you, God, it's going to happen. God is going to let you exactly know when it's going to happen. How many of you just lived a life where everything's always just on time? Oh, thank God I got that extra 2 hours of overtime last week. I never would have made it. Here we go again with the worry. Throw away your worries. Just get rid of your worries. I can't afford that. I don't ever want to say that again. I can't afford that. I'm not going out and buying a Maserati or nothing like that. I'm saying food for your kids. I can't afford that. Nobody's ever going to be putting food back in the cart. If I'm there and I hear that's not in my budget. I think a passive is going to create a whole new budget for you. Not a selfish budget. I honestly think that I'm seeing a lot of people here say, man, I can't wait to help people. I'm 57 years old. There's a lot of things that I've done and there's a lot of things I haven't done. But those things that I haven't done aren't really that important anymore to me. When I see a family that's never even gone on a vacation, 2, 3 kids, because they couldn't afford it, or just anyone that's never just gone on a vacation, man, I can't. That would be joy to me. I guarantee you there's people on there that's never gone on a vacation. I guarantee you know someone that's never gone on a vacation. All right. I want to be the guy that says, don't worry about it. I got it. Where do you want to go? You got kids. Let's start them off with Disney World. Get them going on a reseller position. Say, I want to change your life, but darn it, we're going on vacation first. Come on. You understand? This is what's coming your way. Don't worry about the clock. Don't worry about the calendar. You know what's happening. You know what's coming. Ash said it himself. You guys all know what's coming, right? He's given us more hints in the last 5 weeks, 6 weeks than ever before of what he really has out there. And you're worried about a clock? Get rid of the words, I can't afford that. Get rid of the words, how much does it cost? That look too. How much does it cost? Ugh. I want every one of your kids, your grandkids, to never ever have to ask you a question about, Mommy, I know it's a lot of money, but I really want to do it. Dad, I want to play this sport. It's $300. I know it's a lot of money. That thing, to me, it's important that kids experience that in their life where they get to play sports in high school. And a lot of them, you got to pay for it now. There's a lot of things you got to pay for now. When I was growing up, that was all paid for until I got in my, I think 11th grade, we had to actually play to pay football. And I think my parents paid $300. And that was a lot of money to them back then. And they paid it. Onpassive is going to take the worries away, guys, period. Do you understand? I think I saw Bill Must on here. Let me say hi to a few people. Did I? Oh my God. Hold on. I did not do the birthdays, and there's some good birthdays. Wait a minute. I know one is okay. Now, happy birthday to a fresh rip-on. Saya Derbacha. Janie Helms. Happy birthday, Jane. Tony Joseph Kipper. Happy birthday. Bilal Hussan. Happy birthday. And this buddy, R.D. Jaswell, the guy that does all the live videos from Dubai. Happy birthday, brother. And my beautiful sister, Angie Hahn. Today is her 22nd birthday, Angie. God bless you. Happy birthday. You all know Angie from Germany. Really cool. Do I miss more? Hold on. I got more. Margaret Schneider. Happy birthday. Colin Shunk. Happy birthday. Wow. I missed those two. Whew. You guys hear that? Matt Hatter, I see you on here. Roblin Live, 8 o'clock. Gene, my daughter has experienced enough struggle and grief in her 24 years. It'll be my joy. Absolutely, Gene. Don't listen, start with your family. Start with your family. Take the struggle away from them. Even if they don't believe. Listen, I told myself, my brother's my worst enemy when it comes to being on this. He still has a position. He knows it. I just haven't given to him yet, but I'm gonna. Because I want to say, here you go. Now shut up. Believe in something once in a while. And that's God helping me. God says, you just hold on a little longer for that one. We want him to be a little stronger. And I think that's what God does for me all the time is I need you. He tells me no to make me stronger. I believe that. So what do I got? 3 minutes. I told Marty to be off. Tove Kine, how you doing? John White, Bill Muster on here. They're two of my three. Gemma Ramicki, how you doing? Oh, well, there's the Twisted Sister number 2 or 1. And then Lister T, I know she's on here. Pat Parent, Myra Quino, what's happening? MD Shukin, Frank Rowe, Abdi Alasso, Gurnham Singe, M. Kaylee, I said. Narelle Workout, what are you doing up? Go to bed, lady. Go to bed. Willow Griffith, I think I've seen you on here. Theta King. Oh, yes. Many people have not had the opportunity to take a vacation for one reason or the other, but most of the time it is the cost. Absolutely. Absolutely, Theta. That's the truth. Dave Roseski, think like that. Get rid of those words. Last thing I'm going to say. I can't afford that. How much does it cost? Get rid of those things because that's all going to change. Marty DeGarmo, it's all you guys. Go check out Marty. I love every one of you. Be ready for another exciting end of the week. Not sure what's going to happen between now and Thursday, but I know Friday, Saturday. Be ready. I hope you guys all have a great 4th. I will be talking tomorrow live, probably from my backyard. Woo! I love every one of you. God bless. Marty DeGarmo. It's all you with 2 minutes to spare. Bye. Gift of a Passive. OP Lister T. Amal M. Kelly. Elizabeth McGee. I gotta go. Marty's gonna fire me. Bye, guys. See you later.